What's going on, everybody? I'm going to be showing you how to make a delicious green beverage today. I've had many requests about doing a juicing video, so I'm going to be doing that today. Today's selection is going to be... So we've got our medium-sized golden beet, 2 large cucumbers, 1 small to medium-sized zucchini. I've got some green kale here, about 1 little batch. Some spring mix, so I got a nice variety of greens. This one is baby lettuce, greens, and radicchio. So, not exact, but there you go. Baby spinach, 3 pink lady apples, and we've also got a lemon, small to medium-sized lemon, a little bit of turmeric here, and some ginger. And then we have a little bit of aloe vera. Now we'll fillet this and add it into the drink afterward. And you can also add in an avocado afterward if you want it to be a little bit more creamy. Hey bud, are you thirsty too? And then I've also got some celery here. And we're going to be using about this whole section. And this will usually produce somewhere around 20 to 24 ounces of juice, roughly. I might be wrong, but we'll get into that soon. And if you haven't seen my previous video, I did do a review on the Avacado slow masticating juicer. It's a great juicer. And for those of you who want to hear what it sounds like, I'll be doing that in this video since I forgot it in my review. So the last thing you want to put in the masticating juicer is your celery, and that's because the strings will definitely get jammed up in the machine if you put them in too early. And the rest of it usually goes through pretty well, but I typically recommend taking the ginger and celery and running that through last, because as you can see, these fibers here definitely make it more difficult on the machine to process it. So chop it up well, and chop up your ginger too. Also, you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you want to clean up the celery and get all the dirt off of it, along with your other veggies, so you have a nice, clean, fresh drink. Okay, and the second part here, we've got our avocado, of course, and we definitely want to get that chopped in there, right? So let's get started. I recommend doing it this way, just because I find it easy and quick. Slide your nut off to the side, and then cut it like so. And once you get it to here, you should be able to pop it apart, grab one end like this, and then slide your finger underneath, and it should peel off. One of the reasons that you might end up using this, not just to get a creamy texture, but it helps absorb fat-soluble vitamins, especially if you're taking a vitamin D supplement or vitamin K, since they are fat-soluble vitamins. It'll help you absorb those nutrients into your system better. Here's the aloe that we want to go ahead and fillet. You also want to make sure you don't use too much aloe in your drink, because if you do, you could have very loose stools. Unless you're trying to clean out your colon, I don't know. You want to kind of press this up against your thumb like this, and this helps you guide the blade underneath the skin. Alright, there you go. Now we're down to our last piece. The last part is the hardest part, so just be really careful, be patient, because the health benefits are worth it. So you're going to slide it right underneath there. You can see it's on the bottom. It may come apart on you, and that's okay. it's better to try to get as much of it as you can without sliding through the back. And the more you practice it, the better you get. I might not be a pro, but at least I'm okay at it. Let's see what we've got. Our avocado, our fresh veggies are chopped up. We've got our lemon peeled. We got our cucumber and our zucchini, and the apples are chopped a little bit. And we've got our spinach and mixed greens. And the reason I chop it up a little bit is because when you're using a masticating juicer, it handles it a little bit better if you chop it up and help aid in getting it through. So yeah, for the most part, it all processes pretty well. And I like to use the apples to help unjam anything if it does begin to get clogged up. And be sure when you're juicing not to feed it through too quickly with this type of juicer because it can jam it up. All right, everyone, let's make our juice. This is veggie power, baby. Yeah! Okay, so I'm stopping the juicer because if you look up here, you'll see a little bit of this is impacted. Now, we're doing pretty well so far, but it was probably the kale fibers that got in there a little bit. Again, this is a $100 juicer. It's not a $500 juicer. So, you can use a carrot, and you can poke it down in there and it will unclog all of the material. Okay, so our juice is complete. We're going to take the rest of this and pour it into our larger container. And obviously I was way off in how much juice that would produce, but that's okay because now we have enough for 3 people. This is a pretty large container. Are you one of those people that love to watch the bubbles rise? We're going to go ahead and throw this juice here into the blender with our avocado and a little bit of aloe vera. And you are going to see there's a little bit of pulp in there. That's because when I use at least this masticating juicer over here, it does present a little bit of pulp, which can actually be good for your gut and your gut bacteria. It's a little bit of fiber, but not much. Let's go ahead and add our avocado and our aloe. And you can add in some great things like moringa powder. There's a lot of different good green powders you can add in if you want to do that too. How about that? Oh. Alright, and then your juice is done. And when you're running a juice through like this, you want to do it very briefly. You want to protect all the nutrition you just added to it. All you're doing is blending the material in that you just added. And you're going to see that level's going to rise up here to about 64 ounces, and that is because there's a little bit of air that gets in. Alright everybody, there's our beautiful juices. Thank you so much for tuning in today and watching this video. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions or any juices you want me to make, please leave a comment down below and we will see you back again here soon. Take care and stay healthy.